Let me give you guys an example. Let me give you an example. I have a cousin here that's is a very educated man, but he met a Nigerian woman that came, but she
From
was
where?
like
Nigeria.
she came from Nigeria, but she was illegal, but he liked the girl. Like, I like the way the girl is so pure heart. You know, I'm going to do everything for her. I will file for her. So he bought this girl a $4,000 Honda just to for her to be using for work until they can get stuff together. Next thing he goes to visit this girl. The girl is taking public transport. He say, where is the car? They say, I saw the car as seed. Okay.
I can't laugh.
All
Oh.
right. All right, let's proceed. Okay, let's go.
She gave the car to another man that is not supposed to be a pastor.
Now,
Interesting.
wait. They say, call me, say, oh boy. I say, where you are? I say, I'm in the club. I say, oh boy, come on, club. Come here now. We are going to this pastor's house. We get to the pastor's house. The car is parked outside. They said the man said, you have 5 minutes. If I don't get the car keys back, the pastor had the audacity to be arguing that the car was already sold at the seed already. The man said, my name was in that car. If I call the police now, I'll say you stole the car. It will be theft.
Yeah.
So that just tells you when it comes to these so-called religious people, sometimes the mindset is off. So it's like, man, say, baby girl, I love you, but I cannot walk this journey with you because even if I give everything, you're gonna throw it down the drain. You are too far gone. And even if the girl was still arguing that it was God that spoke to her during the ministry, during the administration, that give church.
He didn't knock the pastor.
Those kind of people here, they are long gone. You cannot save them.
So, Yashman, that issue, I want to believe that it was probably resolved, maybe because it was in the diaspora. I remember I remember a few years ago, there was a guy in Nigeria, Common Sense Sisters. I don't know if you guys will remember. There was a guy in Nigeria, in fact, it was all over social media, that sold the family house to Pastor Chris Onyakilome's church. So exactly, and they were going to cut back and forth to get this back because you see this brainwash soul seed that they always tell people. So, like I tell you all the time, I mean, you expect people to use common sense, but the truth is that common sense is really not common to a lot of people. So that's what the problem is. So, and they were not willing to let go of the house. There was a family house. And because they believe that it was a gift that was given, they have sowed the seed. So the church keep taking from people. And I remember growing up as a child, I think Catholic too, I'm bonafide Catholic. So we are taught that church is actually a place where you're supposed to go and receive, and not the church receiving. You know what I mean? So they give, you help the needy, you help the poor. But unfortunately, our country right now, if you see what is happening all the time, pastor this, pastor that, it is, and I think now, what's his name of this pastor that has opened a restaurant to feed the poor, that I don't understand what he's doing. Let me see how long that is going to last. So, I mean, that's just the problem that we have in that country. So it's all about, taking. How can somebody sow a family house as a seed and you're willing to just accept it, and accept it and say, okay, thank God, God is going to multiply this for you.
I don't know. And apart from even all this, where did this woman now that Yatman talk about? When you dare Nigeria, why you not use yourself and your money when you work for your poverty self? Say they sow seeds. Why do people use other people's money to be sowing seed? Because it happened. You remember the story we brought here for the guy that sent the 600K house rent. The woman got 7 million naira. 7 million naira. The woman go use 5 million take go sow seed. And this seed, I think we like to put it in perspective. You are giving another man's money. That he gave you for some. So he's like, that's how I see it. It's not even seed. You are carrying the money that belongs to a man that you're in a committed relationship with. And you're giving it to another man. Which one is spiritual father?
Sister, just quit clearly. No, be even give you dash. Go dash.
And you have that apart from this giving money to children, you also have some women whereby they're in a relationship with him. I'm not talking about wife now or whatever. Then they expect that since this person is not a boyfriend for them,
they are responsible for their whole family. So you're supposed to pay for their father's medical bills, their mother's medical bills, their siblings' tuition,
Their rent,
and they are paying for their family rent. Like, I don't. This thing, it just even annoys myself. Well, I think I've dragged it in.
I don't know.
I wanted to ask man, so this
you know your sound is sounding one kind. Are you close to your microphone?
No, can you hear me better now?
No,
it seems like a bit distance from
wherever you're talking into.
Is it better now?
It's not, but just speak. We'll be quiet and we'll listen.
Okay, hold on, let me.
Okay.
I think
let me just I was not trying to bash the church. I mean, God knows we've done that.
No, yes, man. Not to explain all these things now.
But you know where I'm coming from.
Oh, we know now. There's not. Listen, it's people that lack critical thinking that will come with the mindset that to think that you are.
Okay. Let me ask you. But what if you love somebody so much, but they are stuck in this kind of stuff? To the point where you are forced to leave them behind. You know, like you like somebody like more.
Yeah.
Counseling. I can propose counseling to them.
Can I respond, please?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So, first of all, the lady that gave the car, it's the only excuse if I'm going to explain what she did, it's because of maybe she's just fresh from FOB, fresh off the boat, so that's
Correct.
why the mindset from the Nigerian system, the indoctrination, the religious, whatever, is still very fresh with her. If you follow up with her a few years down the line, she would have evolved. She would have changed. So that's the only way I can explain her taking that step. People where they live for Yankee, we don't take for years small. They know they make that kind of move.
They do. You don't know say Nigerian pastors then when they come abroad, they say they
sorry guys.
Toby, no, that's not true.
And they have my name in a different direction.
Toby, let me shock you.
Okay, please.
Let me shock
Go
you.
ahead. Yeah.
There are nurses in Boston here. Let me shock you. There are nurses in Boston here that still send their tithes to Nigeria from America.
To Nigeria.
I'm not kidding you.
Yeah.
It still happens.
Yeah. Wow.
They are sending
Wow.
like 7 of them will send like about 7 or 10K for prayers to one man in Nigeria every month.
Wow.
You still trust me, man.
Unbelievable.
We are stuck in that kind of shit, man. I'm telling you, it's hard. Bro.
Yeah. No, I don't disagree with you, bro. And we on this show, I mean, they know my stance on these things. Maybe I'm just a part of me is just trying to cut some of these people some slack. But yeah, I mean, I've been an advocate. I've been an advocate against. We have a major problem in Africa, in Nigeria, and yeah, I've been a strong advocate against that. But to your question about if you love somebody, that's the one I would really want to speak to. And the person has this mindset. It's the same thing. For me, how can you even begin to love somebody that you are completely ideologically opposed to their own
the love was already
view?
there, Toby. It was like this is
So
how we
what?
challenge the relationship. The love was
I mean,
already
the only thing I can think about is, for me though, is how did you get there though? Like, what conversations were you having to the point where you now conclude that you are in love with this person? So my understanding of what kind of conversations, like, because at some point you will have understood the person's mindset. You would have known.
Let me explain to you, because that was a personal thing for me.
Okay.
I think it's counseling though. For me, I would suggest counseling.
Like, how you are getting to know somebody, right?
Yes.
And you're getting serious, and you're like, okay, let me meet your dad. You are, you are. If a guy should tell you, let me meet your dad, you can tell that he's taking it serious now.
Yeah.
And you say, forget my dad, meet my prophet, meet my pastor. You know what I'm saying? Like wait a minute.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing.
No. But that's my point.
I get your point, bro. I get your point. Yeah.
You'd be like, wait. So the second time it became, I'm like, wait a minute, what's up with you? And he's like, oh, this man of God is my spiritual authority. It's my spiritual head. I said, what? your head, that means it tells you what to do. And you get to find out.
Wow.
So I'm like, if the pastor has taken the place of a dad in your life, that way, that there's no way I can know at the beginning. Now it takes time to know those kind of things.
I agree. I agree.
So
Now,
that's my point.
yeah, when you put it in context like that, bro, it makes sense. And I've heard of, it's never happened to me personally, but I've heard of cases like that where people basically enthrone their pastor, their man of God, and the man has to know everything that goes on in their lives. The day they sleep with their partner, he knows. The day the guy came, he knows. The day they didn't come, he knows. Their salary, everything. For me, if you are not that kind of person and you are involved with a lady like that, there's no two ways about it. If you just need to engage them that, look, I don't agree with this mindset. And if they insist, oftentimes most of them will insist that, my man of God, this and that. And at the end of the day, they still insist that they're not willing to, because sometimes they don't even allow their so-called love for you to override, their belief system that they're holding on to. Maybe you even think that they might say, okay, I love this man so much, he doesn't like this thing about me, maybe I can yield a little, I can bend a little and be flexible. Many of them are not even willing to do that. In that case, there's no other way for me than to just go our separate ways.
I agree.
I think Gino had
you had something to ask Yachman before you got off.
Go ahead.
No, I think if I remember clearly, I think I heard him say it was the cousin that brought a girl from Nigeria.
Yes. Yeah. And then the car he bought
he bought the car for $4,000 and he went to visit her. I guess my question to her was that we're not living together. Like she said,
No. Let me clarify. He did not bring the girl from Nigeria. The girl came here by herself. She was already here illegally. So that maybe they met, then that's where that transpired.
Yeah. I think for me, it's good he went to get the car back though.
That's the dead end of the relationship. For me, there's nothing they want love.
If he says he loves her, if he says he really is in love with her, whatever the case, so I don't know. Maybe he can suggest counseling or something for rewiring. But I don't think that if someone keeps going back to the place where they keep hearing the same message, that they are going to ever evolve. I'm not using the word change. That they are going to ever evolve. Because she just showed clearly that she lacks common sense. How can a man tell you to bring a car to him to come and sow seed? In America, where people they pay car notes.
What were you using to sow seed before you had
in Nigeria?
What were you using to sow seed? Why you not use your boss pass sow seed?
Why exactly? Why don't you exactly? And then she did not also have the decency to tell the man, which means that she knew what she was doing.
And the car is not even in her name.
She knew what she was doing. The car is not in her name. So you were taking. So if that man did not see her taking the bus, he would never have known. So which means that if he goes ahead and pays for rent or whatever, Pastor Gose is coming to do prayer and anointing in the house. To anoint the door, anoint the bedroom, everything, to drive away spirituality and everything. Baba will come and be finding out that, wow, now they pay for another man to be having access. Like, that's ridiculous. So as far as I'm concerned, I don't know if he feels that it's really, really lovable. He can try counseling route. But personally, some things are not just worth investing.
See, love is not supposed
to
just be giving me stress. It's not supposed to be. The other things of the world that are stressful, whatever. But for relationship and whatever, they are hiccups. But don't be the asunder in my relationship with you. If you are the asunder, please let us up.
Those are the kind of conversations that people need to have.
Very true.
Like, but like I think I was here like earlier, a different podcast or a different show. Yeah. And we were talking about abuse, about narcissistic people in relationships.
Yes.
And I think it also speaks to the people that they've been so deprived of love for so long that even when they finally find one that is even remotely close, they will just hug on tight. At least I have one. At least I have something. So I think that you have to be open. Have those kind of uncomfortable conversations about finances, about religious beliefs, about family. Because some people you can
Our
love them.
priorities in the love relationship, like who is coming first? I cannot imagine that another man, before my own, like any man when you want to and the man they craze. I don't care whether you're a priest or you're a pope or you're a bishop or whatever the heck you call yourself. Which nonsense anointing? Like
but you know these preachers that they are very ruthless. My old pastor in Austin used to tell me. He said most of these people are single in the churches because of their pastor.
Yes.
Like sometimes you even see a girl will say, "Oh man, we'll bring a guy from outside to the church." They will say, this guy's not from our church. We don't know him. You can't date him. They will just block that out. And she's clocking 35. She can't find anybody in that church. He said, no, they must have the same doctrine. Even though they are Christians, but they still want them to be part of their own church. So they will keep many of them single for long until they get older and they get frustrated. They will leave the church. But I've seen those kind of cases so many times where people are not allowed to date in a church because the other person is not aligned with them. And that guy told me, he said the reason is that it's even worse if you're a girl, if you're a lady in a church and you're a worker, if you're a singer or you're usher, because they need you in that church.
Yep.
So they won't let you go because you are very. So anyway, they must come to that church and the person must see that person in your church.
We went somewhere.
I'm telling you, I'm not. It's serious.
It's true. It's true. Yeah. I remember. I don't want to call the exact place where we went to, but we went somewhere and there's this lady, right? And she was just idolizing the pastor. Like she was like, "Oh, you people have to visit my church. Wow, the pastor is amazing. The way he preaches, his swag." I could say, "Is this man not a married man?" She's like, "Yes, and it's really anointed." I'm like, and she's like, "Oh, I'm also friends with the wife. Even when they had their baby dedication, we had the cloth." And I said, "Why are you talking about somebody's husband like this? It's very uncomfortable. Oh, he's anointed, he's spiritually inclined. Mother, rest. It's another woman's husband now." And she said, "I'm praying for a man to be
like him and all that." See.
I left the chat.
Everybody's an adult. All these things. Hey, your background. See, all of them.
Everybody get background.
They're born all of most people that are here.
Gullibility. You choose to be gullible. Yeah. I keep saying it. You choose to be gullible.
If you keep going to the same place
where they are feeding you nonsense,
you, then
yes, you choose to be gullible. Now. And all those women that will be prioritizing men of God and spiritual discipline over the man that they're in a committed relationship with, they are mad.
And the men should not be in relationships with other kind of women.
Yes.
And if you know, some people who have lacked love in life, they would have known one way or the other. Because there is human instinct that tells you the way this person is treating me, I don't deserve it. Fact. But because we have insecurities and we have self-doubt, we will suppress that voice, that inner voice that is telling us what the truth is. If you're having esteem issues, you've not experienced what true love is like from somebody giving it to you, I think you should be working on yourself. You should not even be in a relationship. You should be working on yourself. When you have finally reached a certain point where you know what is good for you and what you will not accept, then you can go into the dating market. Then you'll be able to see, you will be able to smell the signs. Like you don't even have to be, unless you bet a narcissist or something that is skilled in pretending to be who they are not. There are some things that people will do. Like there are some things that they will say. There are some actions that they will take passively, not directly towards you. There's a way that they will analyze some stories. Then you'll be able to see how their brain is operating.
Yes,
I cannot be with somebody that is going to be choosing their spiritual leader over me. Are you mad? Then go and be with your spiritual leader. I also will not choose a spiritual leader over the person I'm with.
Yes, I don't even take them. Now, so I go just that kind of relationship is like, "Oh, why are you leaving me? Oh, my dear, my beloved. It's not you, it's me. It's me. It's me. It's me. It's not you.
No love will make me to be loving you at the detriment of myself. Especially like after you have discussed this, like Toby gave an example of you tell the person about it, if you're not willing to change, then you leave. I don't even know if I even have the patience to wait for you to say you will change.
Because I don't know, because as far as I'm concerned, that's who you are, and I'm not ready to change.
Because they can pretend for one time, then maybe let's say he leads into marriage, then that becomes another thing. Or the relationship, becomes, it prolongs, and then it's another rising occasion of you're always putting your man on God. How can you gift somebody a car? Because you're helping them. You're helping them, you spit in the person's face and go and give the car to another man that you're so
Yes.
And that's
Disrespect now to the love now.
You know?
No.
Or like some men that are giving some women money, they go like I don't
the thing they why and some people that are very lousy about their relationship, they think that they will go and be talking to other people when they have sex with the plans of their relationship so that the man can call anoint. I've heard some pastors or some religious leaders that will say before you decide to commit to a man, even before you show them to your parents,
you have to bring them to me.
Worry. Because this love for love thing and these people
being
irresponsible, and then they'll be saying that then some people will say, oh, is it the church has its own responsibility. If people don't go there, if you go to where the message is nonsense and you continue feeding yourself with that nonsense, I'm not expecting you to change.